Are you happy? Did you finally get what you want? 2 years later and you're still on my mind. Really? You really are a fucking asshole. I don't understand. I don't. Why? Why? But why? 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 No. I was it supposed to be? I don't know. I don't understand. Okay. You're supposed to be just learning and like doing stuff, having friends. I'm not gonna edit any of this out because it is true. I don't care whoever sees this. Rape is a real thing. And if someone isn't going to talk about it, but if you know it could have happened, you don't blame someone. You don't slut shame someone. You ask them what is wrong and you try to help them. You know? actually, I I was just in 6th grade and I actually wanted to kill myself. You know, I tried to find any pills, any source of whatever I could, so I wouldn't be here today. You know? Yeah. I wouldn't have met the most amazing people to help me through something. Whether they're my real friends or not. There are people that help me go through the mess that you started. Oh, don't mind that. I'm a K-pop stan. But I just want you to pause this for a minute. How old do you think I am? How old? Right now I'm 14. I'm in 8th grade. And I'm about to turn 15 in 20 something days. And it could happen at any age, any person, anyone. And I'm a rape victim. Yep. Just gonna It happened to me in 6th grade. I sorry. My story starts in 6th grade. And as has any 6th grader, I was almost excited to go in and learn, be in a different school. And when you transition in my state, when you transition from 5th grade, you go to a different school when you're in 6th grade, middle school. And it's probably the same, I don't know what I'm explaining. But when I transitioned, I was so happy because I got to go to different classes. I got to have many more people. Little did I know. uh, I was going to have one of the worst years of my life. I was very excited to go to the electives I picked and meet the teachers that my older sister had. And she's 3 years older than me. She's a senior right now. But I was like one of those really happy, jumpy, this is so amazing students. But, you know, teenagers and their hormones, right? This kind of goes into the third quarter when the schedule changes a little bit. And so I transitioned into robotics class, right? And my old schedule before, like after lunch, was robotics and math class, then history class. And that's pretty much where the story kind of revolves around. Um, I I there was this guy in the robotics class, and he asked me out, and I said yes. At the time, I was kind of discovering who I like, if I liked guys, if I liked girls, if I wanted to be both, you know? Or not wanted, if I did like them. But, like, so I said yes. And after like a day or two, maybe. Okay, keep in mind this relationship was really short. After it, he just, he got what he wanted, He got what he wanted and he moved on. Straight up like that. Like fucking like that. So after like a day, I think it was like we were practicing fire drills because like transitioning, we had to like redo what we started in the middle school year or the first part of the school year, where we had to like learn what we're doing and stuff. And I, couples, when they just want to like be close together, we were in line together. And, Pay touched my ass. Just straight up like that. Just starts moving and groping and doing what he could while I was so fucking uncomfortable. And as a kid, my mom, she never taught me no. Like, she did. But, like, when kids are, like, being all loud and, like, I want this toy, I want that chocolate, I want that. And when moms yell no and they start crying, my mom never said that, so I guess that kind of just reflected on me. And I've never been able to tell people no. Like, in elementary school, I used to end up in relationships I didn't want to be in because I didn't know how to tell them no. It's kind of funny, actually. But, so, I didn't know what to say. I never told a teacher because he told me it was okay, and I was like, okay, if it's okay, then sure. And I realized no child has to go through this. This isn't right. No person in the whole world, unless they're ready or if they personally consent to this, should have to go through this. But I was brainwashed. I fell for the dumb words of it's okay, I like you, I love you, and all that shit that didn't even mean anything. So, I wasn't okay with it. But I had to, apparently. I wonder now what's happening. We had a project to do, right? And it was like, I think it was like build your robot out of like, it was like building code, this battery, Legos or something. I don't remember that much, but it was something like that. And it had like a little storage room outside of the whole room to hold the buckets of what we needed, like of the weird Lego pieces. And so he like motioned, come in here, I want to talk to you. And so whenever my group needed a piece from for the robot or something, I would go in there, I'd get the piece, and then we'd wait for everyone else to get out, and then he would kiss me, touch me, and okay, I guess I think he's my first kiss. I don't know, I don't like it, but I didn't understand, like, when he said come here, he would like grab the back. I had really long hair then, but he'd like grab my hair, the back of my neck, and just like pull me into the most awkward situation, like, and the storage room was like, there's the door, and then there's the back, some buckets, and then there's like a inner corner where people cannot see you. And since he like kissed me, I didn't know, I couldn't like signal anyone. I was like lost. I didn't know what to say. I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm supposed to do. So every time he'd do that, this happened for like a few days. He'd like keep touching me and ask, or like just like kiss me and stuff. And I was like, I felt harassed, but I still didn't want to like say anything because I thought maybe this is how middle school was, and I was gonna be fine. One day he came up to me and he asked me, do you want to have sex or something? And I was like, I couldn't even answer. Like, of course I didn't, but it was like so sudden. I was like, we've only been together like a whole week or like a few days. Why are you asking me this? So I kept avoiding the question. So I'm really bad at saying no too. So I didn't say no. Get this. I never said no. But that's the thing. I didn't want it, but I never said no. But get this, you disgusting motherfucker. I never said yes. I just still did it anyway. Just still got what you wanted. So, as the days kept going, he kept asking over and over and over again. But when it actually happened, we have an elevator in our school for like handicapped kids, kids who can't go up the stairs, and staff members. So I think there was like someone coming out of the elevator and the elevator was open, so he was like, come on, let's go. And I'm like, okay, whatever. It was the longest elevator ride of my life. He like pushed me up to the side of the corner of the elevator and I was stuck. I couldn't even like run or like go anywhere. And he kissed me and he started touching like here, my butt and like my back and everywhere, like my thigh. I was like, I was seriously violated. As a girl who is growing up to be a woman, I was already insecure enough. I was a chubby baby. You know? But I'm pretty sure if I can find like pictures of like inside the school or like what it or what I could map out kind of what it looked like. We were in the 6th grade hall and the school is kind of like a V, right? This is the 6th grade hallway. Underneath the stairs is the 7th grade, and then on the side is the 8th grade hall. And so from the elevator and the staircase, there's the library and like staff room, and then there's the hallway curve. Here's the drama room, and then there's a bathroom for like the drama room, the kids who go in that class. And so not a lot of kids go in there. It's like kind of rare. We always kind of thought that bathroom was haunted. when we were kids. You know, kind of still are. Sorry if I keep looking down. It just before this, I'm playing my game, and that's my girlfriend. And I told her I'm not gonna have anyone not know about this, because even though it's not like, I guess, that bad, it's still something that happened in my life and could happen in anyone else's life. And I finally decided it's time to tell anyone who finds this, even if it ends up on the news or just like a few views, 53 or so. I don't care. It's still gonna be out there, and parents should know, even though we're keeping quiet, and if we're being depressed or we're cutting our arms or our legs or something, you should be worried. And even if we're not gonna tell you, you still should be worried, and tell someone, get them the help they need. Because later, they may hate it, but later, they're gonna thank you so much for it. Because I know I was a major dick to my mom and my dad, because I didn't want to go to therapy. I didn't want to talk about it. I felt truly alone. But I got through it. Well, kind of. As you can see. I didn't even finish the freaking story. I get distracted easily. I think we're at like the bathroom part. So there's a bathroom there. And he took me. First, we heard someone coming, I think. And I went into the girls' bathroom. He went into the boys' bathroom. And that should have been like my time to run. Not even kidding. Like, I should have went to my teacher and said, like, I need help. I'm scared for my life. But I didn't. And I kind of truly regret that. So, I didn't run. But when it was quiet for a little bit. And so this was after robotics class. We're supposed to be headed to math class. We're in the same math class. And so not a lot of kids wish to be written up or get a pink slip or whatever it's called. But I truly wish my 30 minutes of being late to class got me written up. So I knew the actual date, and so I could take his ass to fucking court. But I kind of hated this teacher, but in the end, she knew something was wrong. I just wouldn't tell her. And she was a mean math teacher. She's good at it. She's good at yelling. So, he came out, he opened the door, or like, no, I opened the door, and I went to the boys' bathroom. I think I opened or knocked, or like he opened it, I'm not sure. But, so, he let me in the boys' bathroom. Not gonna lie, that was weird. I wanted to get out of there, and I regretted everything in my life. So, sorry. I went in there, and he started touching me again. He started kissing me. And I thought, hey, maybe this won't be terrible. Like, no. Like, I thought it was just gonna be like a few kisses, we'd be off to class by now. Man, was I fucking wrong. He unzipped his pants and took out his penis. I didn't know what to think. I don't know what I was thinking. So, and he's like, touch it, and I didn't want to. I felt scared. I felt like I knew it was wrong. Okay. So, after all the time he kept saying like it was a rhetorical question or whatever, I touched just a little bit. And then he kept telling me to do it again and touch it again and keep touching. I remember exactly what I said, just not him. But then we heard like someone walking out in the hallway, and then he freaked out. He went into a different stall. I freaked out, and I went into a different stall. And then when the footsteps faded a little bit, I thought maybe now's the time to run. Like, I have to go. Like, I don't want this to happen. But then he crawled under the stall. Like, 'cause there's like the door. He crawled under to where I was. And then he still continually asked me to keep like touching him. And I did because I was trapped. I felt like I needed to throw up, like I shouldn't be born. You know? So, there goes the hell where he asked me to suck on his penis. You know? I didn't know what to do, so I did. And I hated it. And I really wanted to grab a gun and shoot myself. here's the thing. I was young, and I didn't know how to do any of this. So he kept telling me I should. And so, at least if I was going to, I thought I was doing good. But no, he kept telling me I was doing something wrong. And I probably knew I was doing something wrong, but I'm a fucking kid. This makes me so mad and upset. But I did what I was told. He asked, so he sat on the toilet, he asked me to sit on it, and I did, but he didn't penetrate me. When he told me to take off my pants, he kept trying to lift my shirt up, but I was still really insecure, so I kept it on, and I was trying to hide myself, because I was really uncomfortable, and so I tried to hide, and he turned me around and bended me over. And he tried to position his stuff near where either both my holes were. And he was about this close to getting inside of me. But then I kept saying that I was hearing things. So it kept stopping him, kind of. So I don't want to tell an inaccurate story, so I'm trying my best to remember exactly what happened. I'm sorry if I'm just stuttering and failing at talking. It sucks. Fortunately, this is my life. I'll get more into the story, but if you just wanted to know what happened, then you could probably just close out of it by now. But, so, after he had his orgasm, I pulled up on my pants, I grabbed my backpack, and we walked to math class. Now, we're half an hour late, and I'm scared out of my life that she's gonna yell at us, and we're gonna get in so much trouble, we're gonna get caught. And at the time, I didn't want to be caught, because I didn't want the teachers to think I wanted it. So I kind of just stood there quietly, and there's the door, and then there's the classroom. We walk in, and she gives that face. She's pissed, and she's pissed off where we missed almost all the lesson. And so then she's just sit down. Just she asked us, where have you been? Sit down, because we weren't going to talk. I I grabbed my math book out of my backpack and my pencil and a pen and some highlighters because I usually do that. Whole fucking class is staring at us. And it's like a few minutes or seconds later, on the loudspeaker, I'm not going to say his name, but his name and Jordan Thunder come up to the front office. And she sounded mad. And so that I'm there, I'm frozen, and I just feel like I don't know what to do. All of this is such an uncomfortable situation where I just want to like get out of my chair and scream. I'm sorry. And so I put my math book back, I put my pencils back, and everything else back. I grab my backpack, he gets his, and we're walking out the door in almost complete silence. And we're walking up to the front office. Now, I thought maybe this could just pull off, I would be fine. No one would know about it. I wouldn't have to even tell anyone. But after that loudspeaker, there was no possible way of hiding it. And so I'm walking up and I'm trying not to cry. I'm digging my nails. I still do have long nails, but they were really long, and I was digging both my fingernails in my hands. And like I wanted to grab a pencil and like put it in the middle of my throat. Like I wouldn't even care. Okay. I was terrified forever. So we had very limited excuses because math is a Common Core class. We have it. It's not like the schedule where it just changes, because that's the same. And so we couldn't lie about that. We couldn't do anything. And I didn't want to tell anyone. I was scared. I didn't want my parents to be called or something. But I kind of wish they were. He'd be thrown in juvie or something. So we're walking up. He says, "I feel like throwing up." And I understand what he meant by that now, but when I was younger at the time, I felt like that just made me so insecure, because I felt like he wanted to throw up because I was disgusting. I wasn't good enough. My body was too gross for him. And that just made me wanted to cry and like straight up throw myself off the staircase. And so I was like wearing a tank top with like this button up shirt that I don't think I buttoned up. I don't know if I had a jacket or not, but I was like covering myself. I was like, oh. And same. And I felt like throwing up because how could you not? So we go to the front office and they're like, why were you too late? And then like, you know, the teacher called security on us because we're late. We're like, they thought we're ditching class. And so um, while all that happened, we came up with the excuse that we were held back in our last class because so our teacher, and I'm not gonna say anyone's names, but mine, because I feel like that's disrespectful somehow, and I'm not trying to call anyone out if they don't want to. So our class previously did have us late a little bit, and that's the reason we were off hook. And then we were sent back to our class, and it was like almost the end. Everyone's still staring at us. And I want to get up out of my chair and I want to say, I just been sexually assaulted. You know, I'm a 6th grader. Everyone just thinks you want attention. Which I understand, but I don't think when someone says that you should pretend like that isn't real, like that didn't happen to you. You're just a drama queen or something. So after that class ends, I rushed to my history class. And usually I'm always late to that class. But so I was already there, and when I smelt my hands, you could just smell it off me, and I hated it. And I felt sick. Hell, I didn't even feel like my mom and dad's daughter anymore. I felt like nothing. It was like, if you get a toy from a toy store, you use it once and you just leave it on the ground until it's ready to be donated. So I tried to like hide my hands in like between my legs because of the chair, and I was I didn't know how to act. So this guy, he was my friend, and he kind of plays a big part, kind of. So I didn't know how to mess with, or like how to act in class, because I was either really shy and quiet, or I was really loud and just like, I used to disrupt the class a lot. So I acted like nothing happened. Like my name just wasn't fucking called in the whole entire school. Like, I was actually just a slut that just got fucked in the school bathroom. I didn't want anyone to know. And yeah, I knew. When I don't exactly remember what I got home, but I felt like a piece of shit. And then I used to live in the room next door from me. Recently my sister just moved out, and this is her room that's mine now. Clearly I've made myself comfortable. But I feel like I don't exactly remember what happened. I know when I got on the bus, the the sixth graders that lived around me in the bus I was in, they, I think they were just confused, or like tried asking me questions a lot. And I still didn't know how to act, so I was just trying to be quiet. I tried to avoid it. And I don't remember. Oh no, it was in the beginning of the year. Holy shit. Okay. I'm stupid. It wasn't third quarter. It was like second quarter, maybe. I don't know. It was a weird change. Because oh, I forgot where I was again. Oh, the bus. I tried to keep quiet, and when I got home, I ran to my house. And I just closed the door behind me. I walked to my room, and I closed the door, and I never came out. I listened to a few songs, some sad, thinking, what the fuck just happened? And then some songs, should I just take pride of it? Ooh, what is happening? And I'm sorry if you hear the background noise. I have Scooby-Doo playing. early morning bus ride, I was kind of okay. No one really talked to me. But after lunch the next day got really bad. And I think that's when I started cutting. Like, I don't know if you could see it on camera, but this is the arm I used to cut on. The scars are still there. Just can't really see it. It's kind of fucked up. Because just earlier today, I was looking on my old phone, this one, which I'm listening to music on because I don't just feel awkward. Music is my life. It helps me through so much. Even talking through this. But so I got Google Photos where it kept all my old photos from when I had Android. Just this year and last year, I started finally affording Apple, and I'm happy about it. I've always wanted iPhone and iPad and all that. Anyway, I went back and I saw all the pictures I took of how much bleeding and how much I put myself through. And there's a scar right there. I don't think you could see it. Oh, you can kind of see it. And then this is a weird position. Oh, you can kind of see it right there. And then I draw on myself a lot, so don't be worried about that. So they're kind of healed up. They're just scars now. But so after the lunch the next day, rumors went around and I thought I'd be fine. This would be okay. But then people started asking me, did you fuck Tyler? Or shit, fuck. Okay, that's his name, but I'm not saying anything else. But yeah, they kept asking me. His name was Tyler. And I didn't know what to say. So I said no. But he told everyone he could. And I started to be slut shamed. Because, like, the rape wasn't the biggest problem. The biggest problem was people telling me what I was when I wasn't, what I did, but I didn't want to. They only knew his side of the story because I didn't want to talk about it. Just on the bus. Well, robotics class, it kind of just flew over. It wasn't too bad. But in math class, everyone stared at me. I felt like whore. I felt like a child that did something that shouldn't have. It's turning into a really long video. But I
So, history class, I don't remember. I don't think it was that bad. But oh, um, after the bus ride was terrible. I was hurt because I wanted to ask the bus driver if she could open the window or like the bus door and I could just jump out and get ran over by a truck. And they kept asking me the questions that made me remember exactly what happened, and I felt sick. I wanted to kill myself. I hated it. So I didn't answer. I just kind of laughed it off. Kept asking me how big his penis was, what size, what happened, and just because you heard his story doesn't mean you've heard mine. But whether or not you find this or not, and believe me, I just want you to know this fucking happened. And I don't give a fuck if you think I'm weak for cutting myself, thinking I was a disappointment to my family, myself. I don't fucking care. Because I know I am fucking strong. You could have killed me a long time ago, but you didn't. I know I'm strong because I'm alive and I'm talking. I'm speaking up. And whether he's watching it, whether Tyler's watching it, whether anyone in the school sees it, I don't care. I just want you to know one thing. My name is Jordan Mariah fucking Thunder. And I'm a survivor. And you shouldn't feel broken because of this. I don't. For a long time, I wished this never happened to me. You know, I'm not. I'm not mad anymore. I was. I'm not mad because I know if this never happened to me, I would have never grew up. I would have still been the same selfish little girl I was. I know now who I am. I know that I'm not lying about this. And I know there are people who are gonna think this is me lying. This is me trying to get attention or anything. Or there's gonna be people supporting me. You thought you broke me. You did. But there are amazing people in this world, better than you, that fixed me. I'm not going to be mad at you for the rest of my life. I'm not going to hold a grudge against you. But there's something I just want to know. Why did you do it?